Have you ever found yourself staring at a blank page, a mountain of laundry, or an unopened textbook, feeling a heavy sense of dread? That's procrastination, the silent thief of time and dreams. It tells you, I'll do it later. But later often turns into never. And its close cousin, laziness, whispers, why do it at all? Today, we're not just going to talk about this feeling. We're going to declare war on it. But we won't be fighting with modern-day life hacks alone. We'll be arming ourselves with timeless wisdom from ancient warriors and philosophers who conquered empires, both external and internal. This is the story of how you can defeat your inner resistance and reclaim your power. Our story begins not in the present, but thousands of years ago, with a simple yet profound idea from the Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. They practiced what they called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This sounds grim, but it's actually an incredibly powerful anti-procrastination tool. Imagine you have a big project to start. Instead of just thinking about the best-case scenario, take a moment to visualize what will happen if you don't do it. What are the costs of inaction? Maybe you'll miss a deadline, disappoint your team, or lose a valuable opportunity. By confronting the negative consequences head-on, you create a powerful sense of urgency. It's not about scaring yourself. It's about reminding yourself what's truly at stake. The discomfort of starting the task suddenly seems much smaller than the pain of future regret. So the first step is to clearly define the cost of later. Next, let's journey to ancient Japan and meet the samurai. Their lives were governed by a strict code of conduct known as Bushido. A core tenet of Bushido was the mastery of self-discipline. A samurai didn't wait for motivation to strike before training. They trained every single day, rain or shine, because it was their duty. They understood that motivation is a fickle guest, but discipline is a loyal soldier. How can we apply this? By creating our own personal code. Start with what the Japanese call kaizen, the principle of continuous incremental improvement. Instead of vowing to work for 5 hours straight, commit to just 5 minutes. This is the 5-minute rule. Anyone can do something for 5 minutes. Set a timer and start. The magic is that starting is the hardest part. Once you've broken through that initial wall of resistance, you often find the momentum to keep going. The samurai didn't become masters overnight. They became masters through thousands of small, consistent actions. Your 5 minutes of work today is the first swing of your sword. Now, let's move from the battlefield to the world of ancient Greek philosophy. Aristotle had a brilliant insight into human nature. He said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This is the foundation of our next strategy, building systems instead of relying on willpower. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. If you rely on it all day to fight distractions, you'll eventually give in. A system, however, works for you even when you're tired. A simple system is habit stacking. You link a new habit you want to form with an existing one. For example, after you brush your teeth in the morning, you immediately do 10 push-ups. Or after you pour your morning coffee, you immediately open your journal and write 1 sentence. The old habit becomes a trigger for the new one, automating the process and removing the need for a decision. Procrastination thrives in moments of indecision. By creating a system, you eliminate the choice. You just do. Another powerful system is designing your environment for success. The ancient Romans were masters of engineering, building aqueducts and roads that made life easier and more efficient. We can engineer our own environment to make good habits easier and bad habits harder. If you want to stop scrolling on your phone, don't just rely on willpower to resist it. Put your phone in another room while you work. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. Prepare healthy snacks and place them at eye level in your fridge. This is about making the path of least resistance the path you actually want to take. You're not lazy. Your environment might just be working against you. Take control of your surroundings, and you'll find that your actions start to align with your goals almost effortlessly. Think of yourself as an architect of your own focus. Let's return to the Stoics for a moment. They had another concept called the Dichotomy of Control. It's simple. Some things are within our control, and some are not. We can't control the weather, the economy, or what other people think. We can only control our own thoughts, judgments, and actions. Procrastination often stems from feeling overwhelmed by things outside our control. We worry about the final outcome, whether our work will be good enough or if people will like it. The Stoic solution? Focus only on the process, the part you can control. Break down the massive, scary goal into the smallest possible action you can take right now. You can't control whether your book becomes a bestseller, but you can control whether you write one paragraph right now. You can't control if you get the job, but you can control if you spend the next 20 minutes refining your resume. By focusing on the immediate, controllable action, the overwhelming anxiety fades away, replaced by a sense of purpose and agency. Do your part and let the universe handle the rest. Now, let's talk about a challenge that plagued even the most disciplined ancients: burnout. Working relentlessly without rest is not a sign of strength. It's a recipe for failure. The ancient Chinese philosophy of Taoism emphasizes the importance of balance, represented by the concept of yin and yang. Yang is the active, energetic, doing force. Yin is the passive, restful, being force. To be effective, you need both. You cannot be in a state of constant output. Your brain needs time to rest, recover, and process information. This means scheduling breaks is just as important as scheduling work. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique. Work with intense focus for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break. These scheduled moments of yin are not lazy, they are strategic. They allow your yang to come back stronger, more focused, and more creative. True productivity isn't about working more. It's about working smarter and more sustainably. Respect your need for rest as much as you respect your need to work. Finally, let's tie all this wisdom together. The journey out of procrastination is not a single battle. It's a lifelong practice. It begins with understanding the true cost of inaction, just as the Stoics did. It's fueled by the daily discipline of a samurai, taking small, consistent steps with the Kaizen philosophy. It's supported by building intelligent systems like Aristotle's habits and engineering your environment like a Roman architect. It's guided by focusing only on what you can control, releasing the anxiety of the outcome. And it's sustained by embracing the Taoist balance of work and rest. These aren't just ancient ideas. They are fundamental truths about the human condition. They worked for emperors, warriors, and philosophers, and they will work for you. The next time you feel that pull towards later, remember this story. Remember that you have an arsenal of timeless strategies at your disposal. You are not defined by your moments of hesitation. You are defined by your choice to begin, again, and again. Pick one strategy. Just one. Try it today. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Your future self will thank you for it. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, subscribe for more wisdom on building a better life.